morning. It's very early. I'm in my pajamas. I just poured myself a cup of coffee. And the first thing I need to do is check to see if the tomatoes are okay. I spent most of yesterday putting the tomato seedlings. You can't really call them seedlings anymore, they're huge. But I had to get the tomatoes in because the roots were coming out the bottoms. They were incredibly root bound, not happy being in pots. So let's see how they look. Pardon the mess. I have hoses everywhere. Okay, so this is the north garden planted. There's a bed of paste, a bed of slicing, a bed of paste, a bed of slicing. There's a bed with 2 of each, and then there's a bed with some cherry tomatoes over there. I left that broccoli in for now. I left this cabbage in because I can't bear to pick it yet. Isn't that gorgeous? And I left the kale in. That will be basil when I take it out. So this side is done, except we need to put in stakes and get the Florida weave going. We're gonna get our chickens tomorrow. 2 new chickens. I chose golden sex links, and they're coming tomorrow morning, so we've got to get ready for them. There's a lot to do. Sprinkler systems need to be updated. Sprinkler hoses, drip lines need to be updated. There's a lot to do. Last year, I put a lot of stuff in the tomato holes to help them grow better. I had saved our eggshells, which actually I just discovered yesterday in the dirt, still not broken down. So this year I decided just to get that, layer of compost on the top, and the only other thing I'm going to put in is blood meal in the holes, and that should be enough nitrogen to get these things started out right. So I was digging for the tomatoes, digging deep holes, and look what I found. This is all over inside here. This is mycorrhizae, mycelium. This is the fungus that grows in the soil, in a healthy soil, that provides nutrients to the plants. So plant roots cannot access nutrients. They can access things that are water soluble, but they can't access nutrients. So what happens is the fungus, the mycorrhizae, mines for the minerals in the soil and transfers them to the plant roots, and then the plant in turn pumps sugars and carbons down into the soil, and that feeds the mycorrhizae. So it's an incredible symbiotic relationship that all living things in the earth share. Trees, plants, the little creatures that feed on them. It's pretty incredible stuff. I'm back here in one of the pollinator gardens because I wanted to show you this charming little cottage flower called agrostema. Agrostema, I guess is the correct pronunciation. Isn't that pretty? And then the Nicotiana is starting to bloom, which is fun. I throw seeds back here and I never know what's going to happen. Here's some love in a mist coming up in the end of the forget-me-nots. And the salvia is just starting. And there's some interesting flowers coming up over here that I didn't expect. Like I said, I never exactly know what's going to happen. Some sort of verbena, maybe. There's a lone columbine coming up over there that I also didn't expect. And then there's a bunch of plants that I don't know what they are. These stocky things. Spittle bugs are really bad this year. All the rain we had, I think. And then over here there's some hummingbird sage and some other salvia and the poppies. It's just really fun to just see what comes up back here. And look at this beauty. Isn't that something? I think it's a Rudbeckia. I think. And I think it's Rudbeckia hirta chimchimney. I'm not entirely sure, but it sure is beautiful in the garden. These are all the sweet peppers that I got in today into this bed. This was snot peas, but now it's peppers, and I have 11 sweet peppers in here. Peppers like to be planted close together, so I usually only put 4 in a bed, and this year I decided I'd put more in a bed and see if they like it better, so we'll see. I still don't have hot peppers in because some are still in the greenhouse. They're too little still. I might have to end up buying some hot peppers, but these are doing pretty well. But I want to wait a little bit because the peas are still really nice, really delicious. Our chickens arrived. They don't have names yet. They're in a cage within the coop here with the other chickens. These are golden sex lynx. That's kind of a bad name, but they're called that because they can tell what sex they are from very early on. And there's black sex lynx too, but they don't do well with temperature extremes, and these guys do. So, and we have temperature extremes here. So they've got their food and their water in here, and they're in this, and they have a little roost, and they're in this cage, and they're gonna stay here probably for a week till everybody gets to know each other. This one has been drinking for about 2 straight minutes, but then she was in the car coming here from about 2 o'clock this morning, and she got here at 9. They both got here at 9, so the one on the left has more white around her ruff, so that helps to keep them apart, to know which one is which, but I hope they settle in okay. Look what we got. The first egg from a new chicken. This is from the chicken I'm calling Scrappy. Scrappy laid an egg already. Yahoo! Florida weave. This worked really well for us last year. So you put in these stakes on either end of the row, and then you weave excuse me, you weave the twine around, like kind of like a figure 8 around the plants, and you do more levels as the plant gets taller until you're at the top. And at the same time, I also tend to do a lot of trimming of lower leaves as they grow, and this really supported the tomatoes last year and gave them plenty of air and light. I thought it was a really great method, so I'm doing it again this year. Sungold. Sungold wins the flower prize. It's the first one to bloom.
You have a spider out underneath here.
Alright, so I want to make sure we have enough.
Yeah.
So we have 2 empty bars right
You have
now.
2 empty bars.
Might be worth it to get a few more. Wow, that's all honey. Oof, it's heavy. Very heavy.
So, I'm going to try to straighten this out then.
Okay. Look at these huge bars full of honey. Dang. Here's another one, just completely full.
Yep. Do you want to scrape down the... Do you want to scrape down the edges here?
Look at that. Dang, if we wanted honey, we could take some, should we? I mean, it's only April. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bars full.
I think maybe.
Um,
Wanna get a bowl?
yeah. Honey, honey, honey. Brewed. More brewed. Nice pattern. I wonder if I can see the queen. I was at a beekeeper talk the other night, and this guy said, you know, when you interrupt the bees like this, you start a traffic jam, and the chain of honey coming in. A worker bee comes in, a forager comes in with some honey, and she's got to regurgitate it into somebody's mouth so she can go back out, and if she doesn't find somebody to take that honey, then you got a traffic jam. And I thought that was interesting, so I resolved, I'm pretty quick anyway in the hive, but I resolved to be even quicker. Look at that. Didn't expect to take that today.
Nope.
But there is a lot of honey in there, and it's only April, mid-April, so yum. I'm pretty excited about this setup. My dad made this table for us, and on Nextdoor I got this outdoor sink for free, and this is going to be our outdoor vegetable washing center. Isn't that cool? Remember those aphids? And I showed you the ladybug larva. There's more ladybugs here, probably laying eggs. And there's these all over. Hang on, let me find him. There he is. Or she. I believe these are soldier beetles. And they're all over this. And I believe that they're mating and laying eggs. They're ferocious predators of aphids. And they're everywhere on this. Here's a fly. I mean, there's another larva. Oh my gosh, check that out. Check out this larva. Let me see if I can find it for you in the camera. Do you see this guy? That's another ladybug larva. Gosh, there's stuff all over this. A lot of action. So, you know, I dislike these aphids immensely, as you know. But the beautiful thing is that there's a leaf hopper. All this other stuff is showing up to take care of this ladybug problem. Pretty cool. Hard weekend. April's busy. April's all about summertime. And it's good. I mean, if we did the same things, like I just heard a story. Somebody came to look at our garden today, and they have family in Pasadena, California. And she was saying that they never take their tomatoes out. They leave them in all year round. And so they're probably already getting first harvests of tomatoes, which sounds great. But I don't know. I mean, even in our mild climate, sometimes I wonder if there's enough of a transition between seasons to really feel as if we've appreciated the one that we've just had. And so I'm glad for winter, and I'm glad for winter crops. I'm glad for kale and chard and greens and broccoli and beets and all those wintertime vegetables. And then I'm happy to take them out and start the summertime vegetables. It's a real shift of mind, a change of attitude as much as it is gardening. So it's a busy time and we are tired, but it's also a happy time because warm days are coming, warm nights are coming, vacation, camp, all those fun things you look forward to in the summer. Thanks for joining us this weekend, and we hope to see you next.